It's Week 15 of the National Football League. And we'll get a look here at tight end Pat Freiermuth. He's going to be a busy man in the passing game. It's the Steelers and the Browns, and it's all up next.
What better way to start off the afternoon than with some football, huh? It's time to get things started here on the NFL on EA Sports. All right, football fans, settle in because we got bragging rights on the line in this one. Kate, Scott, Brock here with you as we get set for a division rematch. Brock, one side seeking the sweep, and the other looking for some revenge after how that first showdown went.
What do they say about familiarity? Familiarity does what?
It breeds something, Brock. It breeds, contempt.
It breeds contempt. Yeah. These teams don't like each other. They can fake it. They can say all the right things in the papers. They don't want any bulletin board material. But the fact is, you know your division foes better than anybody, and they know you. And that familiarity does bring a little extra heat into this matchup.
We're through the bye weeks and into the race for the postseason. Week 15 is underway on EA Sports. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. So here are the Browns now, headed out for their first drive. And we'll get a look at the guy calling the shots, their fifth-year quarterback.
Katie certainly produced a lot of highlights last week, but he gave the defense a couple as well on those interceptions. And I don't care how many touchdowns as a quarterback you throw in a game, you turn it over a couple times at a loss, put your defense out there a few more times, those moments you remember. And what should really be driving him to get the win this week.
Has him on the quick hitter. And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. Tackling like his dad, Joey Porter Jr. making that play. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Blown back, gets the handoff. Oh, he gets clobbered behind the line.
This game has evolved so much over the years, but there's just certain times, there's certain moments, some flashes of greatness like that you see Dick Buckets, that you see Jack Lambert, that you see Mike Singletary. These middle linebackers stuffing a run. This guy in particular, like the greats used to do.
A 9-yard gain and good for a first down. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's able to reach that midfield stripe after some solid running. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3. They're going play action. To the right, hauled in by Jefferson. And he's tackled with the first down yardage. Ooh, after that play, we can tell he's hurting. He's someone they need to help their playoff hopes. Training staff working on him now. New set of downs for him from the 46. On first down, they'll run. And they needed more than one defender. Their powerful runner stopped for just 1 yard.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Massive hit. The ball is out. Steelers have it, headed the other way. They have gotten the ball moving, Brock. We're seeing some progress on their debut possession.
They were following the script well, but of course, nobody scripts turnover. Yes and no. I mean, every possession is such a premium in this league, but you do know we can move this ball. We just got to take better care of it.
So here are the Steelers now, taking over for the first time. And they'll be led out by their 4th-year quarterback.
You know, Kate, sometimes they say great quarterbacks are like great point guards. And much like we measure point guards in basketball with the assist-to-turnover ratio, and you love a 3-to-1 assist-to-turnover ratio that will win you ball games, same with quarterbacking. 3 touchdowns, One pick and a big old win last week.
They'll run here on first down. He's got to gain a 6 there. Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah there to bring him down. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the 39. That's incomplete, trying to set up the screen there. His first target doesn't lead to his first catch. And now they need to get 4 on 3rd down.
Hey, Kate, I know it's unrealistic to expect a 100% completion rate from anywhere on the field. But in this close, you really shouldn't be missing too many throws. Those need to be borderline automatic.
And someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Picked off by Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. And he takes this one back for the pick 6. Just tried a little bit too hard to get that 3rd down conversion. Brock wanted so badly to keep that opening series going, and that one cost him.
Yeah, I think it's less, Kate, in this case about the throw and much more about crediting the defense who was ready and willing to be opportunistic. Not just knock that ball away,
Yeah.
They wanted to take advantage of that opportunity, and they jumped on it.
Extra point up and good by Elliott. And the Browns will jump out to a 7-0 lead. A quick chance at redemption after that pick 6 as it's sent away. Return coming from the 6. He's stopped on the return at the 27. The Steelers and their quarterback ready to take over once again. And it's been impossible to contain this guy as both a passer and a runner all season. Late in the year, look, he's the leader among quarterbacks in rushing yards. Completed to his running back. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Brought in right side. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got first down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Football on that 47-yard line, first down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
And look at that. All that effort and success from the previous play, it is gone. Credit to this defense who snapped and cleared. That's part of the sack. I know a DB in the stat sheet loves to see INT and not PBU, but as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible, he does the next best thing and knocks it away.
3rd and long for him here. Setting up the screen. Get some space around midfield. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. Wow, they must really trusted this guy's range. He's out for what would be a very long field goal. This from the right hash and a considerable distance. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
When you talk to kickers about kicking field goals of this length, they will tell you, Kate, you got to keep it a little lower and you got to drive it. But you still got to be accurate. Basically, all the pieces got to come together like they just did to hit from that distance.
We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. And he just sends it over the end zone. No threat of a return at all, but now they're going to spot the ball at the 30 to begin the drive. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Putting the tight end in motion. Short pass brought in. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down In the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive.
And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Into the red zone. And it's a touchdown as he brings it back for the pick 6. Official signaling for a timeout. It's taken by the offense. That one splits the uprights. And the Steelers push their lead to 3. Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick 6. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. The Browns are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And no one has been better than him at finding the end zone through the air all year. He's leading this league in passing touchdowns late in our season. 1st and 10 now from the 30. Back to the air following the pick 6. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. They go play action here. Oh, he lost the football. Steelers have it headed the other way. And they limit the damage on the return, but it is still a turnover.
You're using this play to try for a 1st down, but also set up whatever in your back pocket for 3rd down. But you know what? Throw it all away. None of it matters now if you can't hang on to the doggone football. And the defense pounces on that one in a hurry.
The Steelers headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And you always got to watch him when you're down near the red zone. He is sitting 2nd right now among all NFL quarterbacks in rushing touchdowns. And 2 yards is all he's going to get before he's caught. Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah there to bring him down. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's stopped at the 31-yard line. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that's a Steelers 1st down. Another carry for him. Nice run across the 15. Has the Pittsburgh touchdown. The Steelers grow their lead off the turnover. So great work by the running back there, Brock. Found just a little bit of space, and he took advantage all the way for 6.
Big time. I mean, so big time. You know, and you hear running back coaches, Kate, say this. They'll say slow to explode through. And he explodes all the way for the touchdown.
The kicking team out there for the Steelers, and here they go to send it away. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Cleveland offense back out and getting set for the drive. They watch their fumble turn into points, so feeling maybe a little bit of an urge to make up for that now in this series. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. From the gun, here's a handoff. And he scampers ahead and gets 2 on the carry.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
2nd and 8. Into the hands of Jefferson, complete. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a 1st down. 3rd and just 2 to go. Now movement as somebody goes early, and for the first time today, we're going to hear from our officials. So the penalty is going to back them up 5, and in all likelihood, they need to come up with a new play call for 3rd down.
Still 3rd down.
Following the flag, it's 3rd and 7. Here's a throw. It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. Picked off by Joey Porter Jr. And he makes the half. Back for 6 in this half, Brock. as a quarterback, how do you come back from this knowing there's so much game left?
How do you come back from it, or how do your family and friends come back from it? I know as I get older, I think about them more and more. As a competitor, you're just going to grit your teeth and do what you can. But for the loved ones following, it's a tough second pick six to watch.
Now they'll see if they can tack on one more. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Steelers take a 3-possession lead. A quick chance at redemption after that pick six as it's sent away. And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Cleveland's offense all set to take over. And they didn't have much time to recover from that pick six. Need short memories here as they head back out. 1st and 10 now from the 30. Getting right back to it after that interception. Completed over the middle. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes teams break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
They'll throw on first. Finds him over the middle. And they're going to haul him down just shy of the 40. Now after that play, we've got somebody shaken up, and you don't want to see serious injury in the midst of their playoff push. He's being looked at here. First and 10 from the 41. He'll throw it. That's Jefferson. He's got it. And they bring him down around the 34.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
From the 34. Hits him on the out route. They get 13 on the pickup. And that's good for a Cleveland first down. Throwing it again here. He's on the move. He's keeping it. And he stopped just before he reaches the red zone at the 21.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. That one's complete, right side. And he goes out approaching that 10-yard line.
I know I can sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
We're a quarter of the way through on this chilly winter afternoon. The Steelers have played to an early lead. More from Acrisure Stadium after the break. Ready to go with the second quarter, and it's the Browns with it inside the red zone. Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. That's caught for the first. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. 4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. Goal to go. It's a pass play. On the move, headed right. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop it. Good pressure from the defense there has them trending in the wrong direction.
I think his decision-making wrote a check that his legs couldn't catch this time. This QB can run, and he's ranging, looking for space, looking for an outlet. But there was none to be had. No escape route available this time.
to forget about first down in a hurry. They need a chunky yards here on 2nd and goal. Another try following the sack. Judy there to grab it. And he'll go down here at the 16. Buckle up. It's 3rd and goal. They're throwing it. Has it down close. Touchdown, Cleveland. Great opportunity to find a touchdown there, Brock, and they come through with 6.
Receivers want the ball everywhere on the football field. But you start smelling the end zone, they really want their chance. And they will tell you as a quarterback, just give me an opportunity and I'll make a play. And he sure did.
That one right down the middle. And the Browns cut the lead down to 10. That lead trimmed just a bit, down to 10 points now as the kick is up and away. Kickoff taken at the 3. And this will give them decent field position. The return gets out to the 30. The Steelers returning their offense and this running back to the field. And after the impressive drive we just witnessed, you gotta imagine that they are hoping to respond with something similar.
Yeah, and I don't love to use the word can't, right? But this can't be a 3-and-out for this offense right here. They got to give their defense a chance to catch their breath and turn some of the momentum in the building.
And he's tackled with a first down yardage.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a 3rd down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later for that next 3rd down coming.
Throw secured by George Pickett. They'll get 18 yards there. And he'll bring up a Pittsburgh first down. New slated downs to approach here from the 40. Play action on first down. This has been a trend, yet another interception. And the Browns, they're going to have it. And he's going to hang on to that football. That's his first career interception.
Well, obviously not the cleanest game without 2 interceptions, but here's the key. This is where mental toughness for a quarterback becomes so critical. And frankly, why some of the best QBs playing today have baseball in their background, because you flush your mistakes. Okay, you strike out and throw an interception, but you got to go get it in that next series. Got to put these interceptions behind and press forward ahead.
Has him on the quick hitter. What a hit. Now we're on the counter. And this defense offering no room at all up the gut there. No gain. Patrick Queen arranging in for the tackle. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. They motion the tight end over. Shotgun now on 3rd down. Dumped off to his running back. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play. The Browns are lined up to punt. And this will be his first effort of the contest. He punted a couple of times last week in their loss, and now gets this one away. And this will hit the goal line and then go into the end zone for a touchback. The home teams back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. Lone back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he only manages one. Couple of defenders there to bring him down. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Now they'll throw out of the gun. He's got a man left. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31. We get a timeout here called by the offense. From the gun, they're going to hand it off. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. Give him 4 that time, so 6 to go on 2nd down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Flushed out of the pocket. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock, you know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm. especially in a situation like that, and it's a good thing you woke up to it. Able to make something out of nothing and at least keep them moving forward.
3rd and short. He's taking the option right. And he's going to be taken down right around the 39. Only a yard that time. It forces 4th and 1.
It may not show up as much on the old stat sheet, just a short little QB run, but what that does, Kate, is so important. Keeps that defense honest, and in particular, those defensive linemen, those cleats in the ground, they're not just coming after you in the pocket. Now they've got to think about you as a runner as well.
Offense staying out there. It's 4th and 1. He's keeping it. He's going for it. And he will get the first as they touch him down.
I think we are so preconditioned when a QB sneak is called, we think it's going to be a first down, right? Well, I think they expected him to get it too. But now they got to adjust in a hurry and get their defense out there to make a stand of their own.
He's contained at the line for no gain. Madden stopped by Alex Highsmith. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10. Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And they'll bottle this up after a 4-yard gain. Patrick Queen ranging in for the tackle. They get about 4 there. Need a little more than that now on 3rd and 6. They send a tight end in motion. To the air, 3rd and long. Escapes the pocket. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
These quarterbacks are so good with their clock in their head between the tackles. When you get outside the pocket, and you've got to have that same ability. If you hesitate for a second, the defenses with their speed at this level, they'll find a way to bring you to the ground. The wind was at a sails, Kate, and it certainly helped that football fly true and right down the middle. And from that distance, to hit with that accuracy is one impressive shot.
And just like that, we're back to a 1-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. He stopped on the return of the 27. The home teams and this running back headed back out for a new series. And they've gone to him as a receiver to complement his presence in the backfield, Brock, to some good early results. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And his effort results in maybe 2 yards, but nothing more.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Back to the well again. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. 1 yard on the run, so just 3 yards across those last 2 carries. It's 3rd and 7. He's going to throw this one. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. So this one will go out of bounds, and they'll start the drive inside their own 30. The Browns getting their offense out there. They're trailing, but there's enough time, Brock, that they could get a scoring drive to attack that here before the break. Finds a man right side. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. 2nd and 3 now. Throwing now from the gun. Short pass brought in. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. Browns fighting the clock now, trying to hurry back to that line. Back to pass on 1st and 10. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. Now a timeout's called. Cleveland using its 2nd. Let's see what they dial up on a 2nd and very long. Motioning the tight end now. Trying again, following the sack. Tight end reels in the shallow throw. And that will not be enough for a first down. Now the Browns spend their final timeout. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on the throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
What a hit, and the ball's loose. But the Browns got this one back, so they will luckily hang on to possession. Almost the impact play this defense was searching for, but they could only get half the job done, partner. Fumble forced, but they couldn't recover.
I'll tell you what else it forces, though. That coordinator, that play caller on the other side, now got a little bit of doubt about his ball handlers. Got to have better ball security than that.
The Browns are lining up to punt. The Steelers calling their first timeout. On now comes their punter. And he wants to hit his second effort just as well as he hit his first. Absolutely crushed his first punt, and here's another huge one. They've got 1st and 10, Brock, but time for maybe 2 plays at most if they even want to try anything. He's back to throw. Caught by the tight end, running that corner. And he's down after getting this up to the 41. Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken. All right, this is going to be the play that takes us to halftime. Looking to throw. He lets one fly deep downfield. He's got it inside the 10. And somehow they've reached the end zone with no time remaining in the half. So late in the half, Brock, why not take a shot downfield? And their prayers are answered as they come up with that late touchdown.
You know, this is just a case of who wants it more. If you're in that secondary, all you're thinking is knock the ball down.
Yeah.
Even if you make some contact, right, they rarely call pass interference.
PAT effort coming up. And the kick is good, so they add 7 to their lead on the final play of our first half. So we arrive at halftime here in Pittsburgh. The Steelers leading after 2. Now we'll send you south to Orlando for a check-in around the league via Jonathan Coachman and the EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, what you got for us?
All right, Kate, we'll get back to you and Brock in a bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window to get you caught up on. So let's get to it. We'll begin in the AFC North up at Paycor Stadium. Baltimore in town to take on Cincinnati. And those two are tied up as they play the second quarter. From there, we'll make the trip down to Indianapolis to check on the Colts at home at Lucas Oil Stadium. And this one going the visitors' way as the Texans have the lead in that one. A touchdown pass there for C.J. Stroud. Finally, we finish at MetLife Stadium to see what's going on with the Jets. And that one all tied as they host the visiting Falcons. The highlights are fairly one-sided to this point. It's a 2-touchdown difference here at the break. But I wouldn't call this one over just yet. I think there could still be some fireworks yet to come.
Thanks so much for the look around the league, Coach. But now it's time to turn our attention back to this one as we begin the third quarter. Returning it from the 4. Cover for him. Has him with the advantage as we move through this third quarter. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Give now to the running back. And he works his way for a gain of 4.
You know, that's a good run right there to keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
Back-to-back carries here. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. Well, this certainly has been a memorable contest for him. His coaches, man, they're going to take this kind of output every single game.
This goes a little beyond the expectations they have for him, maybe even for himself. What impresses me so much, Kate, the guy just doesn't tire, getting stronger, literally, as this game's going on.
And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. 1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. A give now from the gun. And he's got it up to midfield and into Browns territory. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4. They give it to him again. And they get there to take him down right around the 41. It's a 4-yard gain, and that's going to get him across the marker and earn the first. Trying to throw here out of the gun. Fryermuth there to bring it in. And he gets him around 6 there. That was Denzel Ward who brought that play to an end. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Handoff now from the gun. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
These aren't the plays that will need highlight reels, but they're the ones that win you ball games. What a nice game by the back, and now his offense can go in any number of directions on 1st and 10.
Has some space inside the 15. And he's all the way down to the 10-yard line. And this is now a 100-yard game for him after that last carry. Man, what a strong day he's had running it for this offense. He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. Now the run here from the gun. And he sneaks this through the middle, maybe a gain of 2.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get 1st downs against the better defenses in this league.
And that's a Pittsburgh touchdown. Well, this machine has been firing on all cylinders this game, partner. And it continues firing as that lead grows yet again.
And those who've tried to get in the way of that machine you're talking about, namely the defense, well, they've paid the price over and over and over again.
They'll try this extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Steelers stretch their lead to 21. The kicking team out there for the Steelers, and here they go to send it away. Return starts at the 3. This return makes it up to the 25. Now we see the Browns offense headed out. And this is going to be far from the only time these replays will be on the screen over the next week, Brock, but they're not going to enjoy watching them. Have not taken care of the football, and this looks a whole lot like teaching tape for this defense.
Kate, think of all the great defenses over the last 50, 60 years. The 85 Bears, I think of the Seahawks and the Legion of Boom. 39 takeaways in their Super Bowl title winning year. Elite defenses have games just like this one where they take the ball away over and over and over and over again.
Hits him on the out route. And he's out of bounds just past, looks like, the 40-yard line. They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Right up the... Oh, what a hit! Jars the ball loose! Steelers have it, headed the other way!
Well, this just can't happen on 1st down. It really can't. Ball security is a premium on every down, every distance. But on 1st down, it is especially a killer.
Now a give on the counter. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. Ooh, after that play, we can tell he's hurting. He's someone they need to help their playoff hopes. Training staff working on him now. Off the play fake, he's going to throw. Completed here to Pickens. It's a 23-yard pickup on the play. And that's a Steelers 1st down. From the red zone now. Rolling left, buying some time. He's running with it. And he takes this one down to the 10 before hitting that sideline.
Well, you don't get the first down, but I'll tell you this, Kate, that drives the defense and the defensive coordinator nuts. They do everything right. They win, and yet still QB makes something out of nothing.
And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. Second and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical third down.
From the gun on third down. That's caught for the first. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Well, Brock, not much to say other than the fact that this offense on point. They're just clicking today.
Just rolling. I mean, this is clinic. This is what I call teaching tape. Being well prepared, and more importantly, going out there and executing at a high level.
That one splits the uprights. And the Steelers grow their lead yet again. We'll make a check in the win column for the Steelers. And this winning streak continues to grow as they claim their 4th victory in a row. And with Brock Heward and our EA Sports crew, I'm Kate Scott saying so long from this one. The Steelers are winners as we say so long from Pittsburgh.